basically.
Digital overlay.
If you're playing, you basically play through as much as you can.
But you know, when you have things like Fallout 76 that somehow make it in the market, it's like above the internet, so like it's yeah. I haven't tried it yet. Is it good? Let's see. On console? So this that means it's not like that's good. That's if the game is already good on console, that's good.
Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Jeff. Joining me today we have...
And I am Eric. We're your hosts tonight, and
getting into game one here. Looks like we have UAlbany on the red side and Empire on the blue side. UAlbany opens it up with a Mantis band to start off. Alright. And to respond...
they are
we have no band.
no bands.
That might have been some user error. We'll have to see. Well,
Looks
we
like
might be redoing character select in a second here, but we'll see if we continue. Alrighty. Well, we can start looking at like what characters people are potentially trying to hover. I don't think UAlbany would go for the double sniper comp because that's a choice. But you know, it could be funny if they actually lock that in. On the other side, we
have 3 reses, a tank, but the thing is, there's still one of them, Stone Vex. I'm assuming he has a character in mind. He just doesn't want people to know.
Probably just didn't feel like hovering anything.
Yeah. Looks like Empire hasn't banned anyone yet. That might be...
I have a feeling that there might have been a problem, but we'll see. Okay, here we go. Finally, we have a ban. So, no magic here. Looking like Empire doesn't want to deal with any sort of backline dive. Would make sense with their current lineup. But then again, we have the Thor Protect. Alright, so Emperor Hunter really wants to play that. Thor, he is pretty strong in the meta right now because of that recent buff he received, so understandable that they would want to protect that. Followed up by the Emma. Alright.
Now on to UAlbany's last band. They are going for...
Alright. So what are your thoughts on the meta right now? Do you... I've been seeing a lot of triple support, stuff like that. Do you think that we're going to see that, or were you going to see like maybe UAlbany try and pick something that would counter that comp, like, and an Angela ban? Really?
Well, I feel like triple support right now is really the meta. You can't really... well, there are other good characters, but the thing is, triple support, it's just way too strong. It's way too protected. I don't really think there is a hard counter to triple support just yet. I feel like they tried to do that with Angela, being Angela, a dive tank.
Right.
But it doesn't really work.
Yeah.
With her current state.
Yeah, she does seem a little weak right now, really squishy with that 550 base starting health. But we do have the triple support coming out from Empire, and to answer that, we have what looks to be the beginnings of a little bit of a dive comp. 2 more dive brawl heavy tanks and a Psylocke going to try and keep that pressure on to the backline. But yeah, it really is one of those things where like triple support is so difficult to actually kill people through. The supports can just play patty cake, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see how Albany deals with this once they get into the fray. 10 seconds to go into round number 1 on to domination. Here we go. Alright, both teams speeding out of spawn. Alright.
And we have first contact.
Alright, here we go. Looks like UAlbany is going to be first onto the point, trying to establish some room to work with. Empire is staying back in that back room, just trying to make sure that no one can get on their back line. First jump in by Venom is stuffed. Oh my goodness, and immediately Emperor goes down, but he is rezzed up by the BRB. Here we go. Wow, UAlbany just absolutely crushing it right now. First 2 picks him and no trades. Hulk is just in there, not a care in the world, as UAlbany get the first point easy. Alright, Venom on the back line, forced to pop the E. Let's see if he's going to stay in there for a little bit. Thor kind of kidnaps him away. This is really awkward for him, but no, the heals are there, and UAlbany just breaks through that triple support like it was nothing.
And now they Yeah, most of them are dead, and now they're gonna have to regroup for a bit before they attempt anything again.
Yeah, we'll see if they're gonna stick with this. Did change from the Psylocke to a Moon Knight. Probably just wants a little bit more pressure onto in these grouped up corridors. But he's immediately jumped on by the Venom, forcing him back. That's not what you want to see. That Venom can be so scary if he's caught in a 1v1. Alright, ooh, Psylocke going low. Does have the Dance of the Butterfly, though.
She does have her ult out, so we might be seeing a play here.
Yep. Oh, here you see the CYAT coming out, but immediately dealt with that ult. I do like that they made it so that it gives that shielding now, but it just feels like it's still so squishy. It just gets shot down almost immediately.
Well, I feel like placement also has is partially also responsible for its quick meltdown, but yeah, I think maybe the health bar could be a little larger.
Yeah, I'm not a balanced person, so I don't want to make it too disgusting. But yeah, as we saw there, UAlbany had absolutely no problem just absolutely melting it. Wow, they are spawn trapping them now. This is
rude.
This is just domination. Okay, forced to use the Eternal Bond just to get out of spawn, but it's too late. They've already lost the first point.
All right,
that is
quick.
The quickest map of domination I think I have seen in a minute. That is, they got that point captured almost as soon as it was available and never lost it. Wow. Okay.
Let's see if Empire has any thoughts on that, or whether or not they're going to change their comp up a bit after their quick loss, but it looks like...
All right, we did see a quick switch to Scarlet Witch. Yeah, it looks like they are going to be going for this Scarlet Witch team up. Interesting, you don't usually see Scarlet Witch in these more coordinated environments. She's kind of just lacking in the damage front, but with that Strange team up, she does have a bit more lethality, so we'll see how this plays. It is also a good answer to like these more mobile dive characters like the Psylocke and the Venom. So
yeah. So
right.
We'll see.
We'll see
how this goes. We'll see how this goes.
We'll talk. We'll praise this if they win the first fight. We'll question it if they don't.
We'll condemn it if they don't. We'll not condemn, which is a little questioning.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. Immediately popping the dance stage just to get onto the point. It's quickly answered by the Jeff ult. Looks like he got a few people there. We'll see if he is able to get off the map with anyone. Alright, Rocket immediately killed. Wow, yeah, these supports just are not able to live.
All 4 of them are dead. This is not looking great for the tanks. It looks like, yep, they're gone.
Yeah,
they're gone.
It's just as quick as that. It's very reminiscent of round 1. Empire needs to figure something out. They just seem to be lacking that coordination. They're just not getting the heals where they need to go, and people are just getting bursted. I don't know. That also was quite a few ults used by Empire. So
yeah, the next closest one is Strange, which is still 16% off.
Yeah, he'll get that relatively quickly, but Strange is one of those that, like, it can be very game-winning. Wow. Okay, I didn't even really see that Iron Fist before he just immediately got blown up. And that portal play...
failed miserably.
Yeah, that got shut down real quick. Okay, we have Hulk jumping through just to say hi into their spawn, but, Alrighty, well, that...
It looks like they're going straight towards their spawn again.
Yeah, if you can hold this space after you capture the point, it becomes so difficult for the attacking side to get back into it. That Venom ult gonna keep him alive, put a lot of pressure on the back line. And Rocket desperately trying to keep his Strange alive, but is not able to do it. Dance of the Butterfly basically solo ulting the Penny. Really good use there. That ult obviously does more damage the less people are in it, because it's just constantly hitting the same people over and over again. So almost impossible to survive that by yourself.
It looks like Hulk's over here just having a great time.
Yeah, Hulk has just got free reign throughout this entire thing. Pops the Incredible Hulk. Oh, all right, here we see The Scarlet Witch, yep, that is one of the reasons why Scarlet Witch is not very good right now. Pops the ult, immediately gets focused.
She really needs to be. She just can't get her ult fast enough. She just can't activate her ult fast enough in order for her to get the damage out. But then again, when it does come out, the damage is very significant.
Yeah, especially with that recent buff, you can't survive that ult now that it's dealing almost 1,000 damage. But all right, well, quick.
First round goes to UAlbany.
Quick 2-0. All right, here we go, Great Danes. That's what we want to see. Though, from a spectator standpoint, I would like to see a little bit more back and forth. But, yeah, Ayada, that was just... We saw his POV for some of those fights, and he was deleting people.
Yeah. 28-0.
28-0, 15 final hits, 10,000 damage, despite the fact that the game felt like it lasted, 2 minutes? If you combine both
very
rounds.
short.
So,
UAlbany immediately captured the point, and they basically held it for the rest of the match. It was.
I don't even know if Empire got a touch after the initial fight wins on either map. So
yeah,
we're gonna have to see if they change things up going into map number 2. Alrighty. I really want to talk about what they could be doing, but it feels like we just didn't see enough of Empire's, team to actually to get any sort of idea of what sort of things they could change up. That Scarlet Witch really didn't feel like it was doing much. I mean, it did more damage than their Moon Knight, but that Moon Knight was just getting constantly hounded by the Venom and the Hulk. So I don't even really think that's really
the main problem.
Yeah. I think it really is just going to have to come down where they need to find an answer for this Venom Hulk. They're just diving into the backline for free, it feels like.
And they're just taking away your healers instantly.
Yeah.
And then the tanks get left alone. It's just not a great time.
Yeah, if you kill even one of those healers, the tank's job becomes so much more difficult.
It does look like they're using Penny Parker now. So
yeah, Penny does have some of that built-in survivability with her webs, so... But
and some could say she's an area denier.
Yep.
She may be able to protect the backline better than the other tanks do, but we'll see.
Well, we'll see. Penny on domination is really hard to play, especially if you lose control of the point early, because she's much better at holding space than taking
rather
it.
than taking. None of her abilities really contribute to taking spaces, more of holding them. As most of our abilities are based around mines and stuff.
Right. Yeah, if you can't set that nest up around a corner and get your webs going, you're really losing not just a bunch of damage, but also a huge amount of your survivability. So, well, it's also one of those things where Doctor Strange into these dive focused comps just really does not have the tools to peel for his team. I mean, the Venom's just going to ignore you. He's just going to jump past you. The Hulk doesn't even care about your shield because he's full melee just punching through it. So.
The Hulk can tank it.
Yeah.
The Hulk is the Hulk.
Right.
He smashes, and that's what he's doing now.
He definitely smashed through that entire game 1. All right, looks like we are currently in the midst of picking our map 2. This is a best of 5, so at least we are having 2 more maps, so Empire does have some time to, shake off the cobwebs.
And pull themselves together,
Pull themselves together, get back into the swing of things. Hopefully, in Game 2, we'll see a little bit more fight from them. Not that I don't want Albany to win, but, I don't want this to be over in half an hour, so...
We would like there to be more of an equal fight, more of a back and forth.
Yeah, just to to have something fun to watch. All right, here we go. Loading into map number 2,
and it is.
Drum roll. It is a spectator glitch. Maybe what is it? Here we go.
There you go.
It is looking
Midtown.
like, Empire Midtown. So we're going to be on Convoy. Penny, going to be a bit more useful by default if you're picking it on the defense here. So here we get into picks and bans.
Ban number 1.
Right.
They might be banning Hulk or Venom right here because they were
I would not be surprised. They caused them so much trouble
trouble.
there. All right.
Looks like UAlbany went for Mantis, it looks
Yeah.
like, and
Same first ban as last time.
Empire is going for Magic.
Yep. Which they also banned in game number 1. So maybe they just really Albany's got a really good Magic player that they don't want to deal with. Protects the Squirrel Girl. So I guess Solid Robin,
Is a really good Scroll Girl.
Yeah, wants to make sure that they have that. Very rare that you see an early protect, especially on a Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
So here we see Jeff was also really good there. Had that very nice E at the beginning of map 2. So
But then again, Scroll Girl doesn't need direct line of sight in order to kill her enemies. A Scroll Girl can fire from the back line and pretty much damage the enemy team a lot.
right, and she does have that root, so she does have some answers to that dive. So if they want to play Venom, it becomes a bit scarier because if you just get rooted up and meat shot a few times, your health bar will evaporate.
And it looks like they did ban Banner.
Yep, Hulk is gone. No longer going to be smashing through that front line. UAlbany does respect the Strange though, so maybe they feel that
Strange is a threat, perhaps.
they didn't want to deal with any potential like Eye of Agamotto combos.
Portal shenanigans.
Yeah, portal shenanigans.
Looks
And-
like they're protecting Johnny Storm, which is surprising. I haven't seen them play Johnny Storm.
No, it was banned by UAlbany in game number 1.
Oh,
so
right.
yeah, banning that Strange does leave up the option for the the Human Torch protection. So we'll see if that is going to be a game changer here. Human Torch is really strong right now. He's one of those DPS that is like pumps out so much damage in such a wide area that he can really solo carry a game. So, all right, and we see the Thor ban to end it off for UAlbany, protecting the Jeff and the Spider-Man. So
Man.
UAlbany really just kind of pointing towards they just want to keep playing that dive comp.
I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right. Well, they're
So-
going to have to try something a little different here, as both Hulk and Venom, like you predicted, are
wow.
banned. So,
Looks like they're going for Captain America, also one of the beefier ones.
yeah.
I'd say he's also a rather tanky fellow, but it looks like they're going for they were going for triple DPS with Namor, but it looks like they're changing it up a little bit now.
Yeah, I would maybe question going for solo tank Captain America. He is really hard to kill once he's in the back line, but if he's the only front line for your team, you can kind of just get ignored, right? Like the other team can really just walk forward, try and kill those squishy backline members. Though they do have the they swapped off the Ultron back onto the Jeff. So, all right, we see double
boys.
Human Torch, and maybe predicting the Human Torch play. We see an early Hawkeye, one of those characters that can deal with the flyers a little bit. Though Human Torch is a bit more elusive than your average flyer. So we'll see how this pans out. All right. Penny Parker, as predicted, coming in on defense, much stronger to start off. And we do
Looks like Empire is learning from their mistakes, and we'll see what is coming from their strategies.
Yeah, this initial choke point can be really hard to get out of sometimes, so we'll see. Oh yeah, immediately Penny just deletes the Bucky there.
Bucky is gone. Captain America is also gone.
All right, yeah, here we go. Okay, thing just delivered like a bomb by the Human Torch. That team up is so funny. I want to play that team up so badly. But all right, yeah.
Thing is also looks like they're trading
Yeah.
some, but Empire just lost.
Yeah, despite that
Looks
early
like
Bucky
team.
pick, it is unfortunately right outside their spawn, so he just kind of quickly comes back, and they just run him over. All right, halfway to the first checkpoint here, and Captain America is trying to get into that back line and be a nuisance. We will see.
We'll see how it fares for him.
Yeah. Yeah, Penny just not able to get any space going there. All right, they are solo tanks on both sides, both Penny and Captain America. Not your typical solo tanks on either side.
It looks like Captain America's flanking right now, and it's going for he's going for Cloak and Dagger.
my
And
God!
he might be getting Scroll Girl here, and she is gone.
Disrespectful. Kills her with her own explosive acorn. Kraken impact just on the back line. I don't even think it's necessary. He's just doing this for style points. 3, 1 more. Come on, let me see a fourth. Onto the penny. 4. Quad kill.
Is there gonna be a fifth?
All right, here we go. He's pushing forward. He has absolutely no fear. I think he missed that, though, so there's not going to be another kill. Gets the 5th KO, though. Honorary Penta.
However, he does not continue getting his ult, which is great for Empire, but...
I mean, baby wins. They're currently being spawn trapped as we're already almost halfway to checkpoint number 2. This is just, the more things change, the more things stay the same. More domination out of UAlbany.
Looks like the Thing is trying to get Jeff right now, but
Yeah, unfortunately, the Thing kind of just forced to go forward without any backline support as we see that Captain America just constantly being a nuisance, making sure those healers have absolutely no room to breathe.
They thought they were going to be free of that after they banned Venom and Bruce Banner, but it seems like Captain America is doing their job pretty well.
Yeah, you need a few more bans if you want to ban all these dive tanks, so they need to figure something out. All right, absolutely. Just beating up on this Cloak and Dagger. Feels like there is no pressure going back on him. He's got 55 health on that shield and just continues to sprint forward.
He does not care.
No, he's got Thing backing him up, giving him that damage reduction, forcing the invisible boundary right outside final spawn. The cart isn't even being actively pushed. It is default pushing as Albany is just going for kills. Oh my god. They forced both the Invisible Woman and the Cloak and Dagger ult out of spawn, getting barely any space with it. Is this going to be a no-touch 3-point push? There's no way. Oh my god, Clobbering Time doesn't even really hit people because they died before the shockwave could get to them. That is insanity.
An instant domination.
This is the part where I would love to have like a suggestion or like maybe an idea of how they could come out back into this game. I think this might just be a team diff.
This might be it.
Yeah, obviously, we're going to have a second half. Okay, so they do manage to get out there and
one of them managed to get back to the objective and actually contest it a bit.
Penny is immediately forced off, though. The Jeff ult making it almost impossible to stay on that cart. Knight ult invested just to kill that thing. Honestly, at this point, that might be worth it.
That might. Looks like Thor. Is that Thor? It's Penny. Penny's gone.
That blue Penny skin doesn't really look like Penny. Okay, wow. 3.5 minutes. They lost, 31 seconds from their starting time. I know they get some time back after every checkpoint, but that was crazy.
That was pretty one-sided.
You could say that.
Looks like they're locking in Angela.
Yeah, Angela. I have seen some Angela play on these maps where it is mainly just almost like a tanky Wolverine, right? Like tankier Wolverine because he is pretty tanky by himself. But just kidnapping, a DPS, a support, maybe even a tank if you feel like your damage is high enough with your team, and just utterly deleting them. Now, I don't know how well it's going to work if she's the only tank, as she currently is right now.
Because you're going to leave everyone else unprotected.
Yeah, but I did say the same thing about Captain America. Yeah. So, we shall see. This is also, on the defense, your spawn is obviously much further away to start. So, this is the comp that they are going to be playing for the first fight. They have no options to switch.
But then again, Ultron is one of the tankier healers, one could say.
Yeah, he is one of the tankier healers, but he is also not one of the best throughput healers. And you see that while they are running solo tank, they are also only running 2 healers. So really leaning into the damage side of this, just going to try and absolutely one-shot whoever comes out through that door.
It's high risk, high reward, but considering their performance so far, I'd say it's a fair suggestion.
Yeah, they definitely seem like they have mechanically been outplaying Empire, so All right, here we see Squirrel Girl. Really good at breaking those Groot walls, so going to be a little bit more difficult to find some value with those. But yeah, we see immediately just both tanks just isolated and murdered by this UAlbany lineup. So much damage coming through. It's like you've got, you know, if you combine Angela and Ultron ZBS, it's like you have 4 DPS characters. Like, in terms of how much just punishment is going into these tanks.
Angela might not have a lot of help, but yeah, her damage output is really high.
Yeah, especially if you can get that animation cancel on her stab so that you can get that quick melee in. She can burst people so hard. Right?
We're seeing her in action right now. She kidnapped the Groot, and it looks like he's dead.
Yeah, just got taken out of line of the sight of the healers. Absolutely nothing you can do. And that's Groot, one of the tankiest tanks in the game. Just utterly melted like he's, made of wet tissue paper. Like, are they going to be able to get out of spawn? That is, because currently we have 0 progress on this card right now.
There has been no progress whatsoever. It looks like they were just waiting to pounce on them. And that Angela, they really have to get rid of that Angela. But the thing is, she's hiding behind that building, and they can't really get to her without getting out. But if they do get out, they get kidnapped by Angela, and it's not a great time.
That's one of the hard parts of this initial spawn for the attackers, is that there really are so few options for getting out of your own spawn door.
Yeah.
The line of sight is just so defender sided. Yeah, as you see, the healers are literally sitting in spawn so that they do not get jumped on as they desperately try and keep people alive. But you have to leave spawn eventually, and as soon as you do, you're just getting melted.
If you're a tank, you're going to get kidnapped by Angela, and if you're anyone else, you're not going to be surviving longer than the tank. And it looks like Johnny Storm popped his ult on their spawn.
Yeah, literally just says, no, you do not get to leave spawn for the foreseeable future. Fire tornadoes for days as Emma Frost. Okay, here we see Eternal Bond trying desperately to get some space. Not going to be able to kill through that, you would hope, but it is answered by the Luna ult. Oh, they go for an Iron Man just to try and kill the Luna, but is immediately canceled. I didn't even see what that was. Age of Ultron on top of this. This comp just looks so oppressive.
And so many flyers as well.
Yeah.
It's very hard to hit these people.
Yeah, you see they have the Punisher to try and answer these flyers with that hit scan, but he just has so many targets he needs to hit. Do you go for the Human Torch, trying to get rid of the damage? Do you go for the Angela, try and stop those kidnaps? There really isn't a good answer. They need someone else to help him out, but Crack and Impact just immediately gets 3 kills. Jeff ult to try and get out of spawn. Let's see if he can get any kidnaps. Really not... Oh, does get the Angela.
And he's gone.
Just
deleted.
Amazing Spider-Man just shuts him down. Not even able to drag that Angela to the 3 feet necessary to get him through the spawn door for the kill.
I did see a Spider-Man kind of saving his ult for a little bit, and when he saw the chance to use it, he used it very well.
Yeah, that Spider-Man ult, huge value, saving your tank there and putting that Jeff on the death timer. All right, they do manage to get out a little bit and touch. Bucky does go down. Okay, here we go. We have a little bit of a stagger here, some 5v6 action. We'll see if there's going to be any sort of play made here. They have so far to go, completely in overtime. Scarlet Witch pops the ult, immediately gets focused again. This is not looking good. I mean, Silver Lining, as soon as you spawn, you're right next to point to touch. So
you're right next to your objective. So, and Scarlet Witch gets dominated again. And would you look at that? Second round goes to UAlbany.
And I don't know. It's hard to compare map types, but that almost felt even more dominating than the first map.
I feel like it was mostly because of the singular choke point.
Yeah.
The spawn point, and they couldn't really flank with that sort of setup.
Yeah, it's so difficult to get out of there normally, and when you have UAlbany just, playing like they are with so much confidence, They die a total of 6 times. Only 6
Only
times.
6 times.
The lowest individual death count on Empire was Jeff with 5. That just is a perfect picture of how incredible UAlbany just stomped Empire on that map.
It looks like Empire really has to step up their game if they do want to take this take this back, but it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to do so.
I don't know what sort of avenue they have. Like, they tried the triple support, immediately got torn apart by a Venom. They tried this 2-2-2 strategy, couldn't even get out their spawn door. Like, what do? Do you go like triple healer, triple tank? Try like a goats comp just to like hopefully your front line survives long enough to actually be able to, press a button? Like, yeah, that's not an actually good comp, but
it's there.
It's an idea, because currently, like, Punisher, Scarlet Witch, barely able to get out over 6,500 damage. Their thing did more damage than their DPS that round, just simply because he was able to live longer. Like, he was able to actually, be in the fight for more than half a second. So,
because Scarlet Witch just gets instantly focused whenever she tries to deal a big chunk of damage, and
yeah.
I really feel like they should switch off Scarlet Witch as of now.
Yeah, I was already questioning it when they walked it in the first time, and after 2 games with not a lot of results to show, she just does not have the damage necessary to like really contest the Human Torch, the Bucky, even the Spider-Man, who isn't necessarily like a super high DPS character. His burst is crazy if you can land his webs onto people.
He's not the best character, but considering the player right now, Spider-Man has a very high skill floor, I'd say. So right now, because of how well the Spider-Man is playing, Spider-Man is actually becoming a really valuable character in this situation.
Yeah, you see Spider-Man only has about 7,500 DPS, only 7 final hits, but he's mainly there to be like what we saw on map 1 with like Hulk and Venom. He's there to like disrupt the back line, make it so they can't look at their tanks like they want to, do that like comfortable front to back. And at the end of the day, he's 16-2-6. Like, you really can't ask for more out of the Spider-Man.
While not the most physically impressive, it's still a very strong part of the team.
Yeah. All right. Well, I just got word from our broadcasters that Empire has decided to not play map 3. So, you know how I said we were at least getting 2 maps? Count me a liar.
We did at least get 2 maps, but it looks like it was so one-sided. Empire did not want to play that 3rd match. I did want to see a comeback story, but it looks like they are not confident enough in that.
Yeah.
I cannot blame them for this situation, but
after 2 maps in losing in such a dominating fashion, you can't really blame them for not wanting to go through a 3rd one. It kind of is more of a foregone conclusion at this point. So, yeah, congratulations to UAlbany. Probably as dominant as a series win as you can get, not even needing to play the 3rd game.
Exactly. As for Empires, maybe after some training and in the next season, perhaps they will perform a lot better. Yeah. I do wish they would learn from their past mistakes, and let's see what they bring next season, because it looks like they're not going to see much more action this one time.
Yep. So we will be back again in a couple weeks with some more Marvel Rivals. So see you then soon.
See you then. My name's Eric.
I'm Jeff.
We'll see you again
Pleasure
sometime.
casting with you.